Meditation to release fears, anxiety, unworthiness, and all the levels of survival issues that come with them. The special code, the eternal spin, is a code that is connected to the four cornerstones of creation and this particular universe, which is a black omnipotent essence that has been held back from us for many, many eons just because it holds so many keys that frees us up from the constraints of human biology. So I suggest you sit very comfortable in your special space designed to connect with the divine living sources and forces, connecting with the greater origin of all creation. So slowly call forth the present day crystalline grid tracks under your feet, and just breathe that slowly in as you configure and have the intention to invite the Grand Master crystalline white light healing grid that flows with the design and that flows with the alpha omega antenna that has been restored in the nucleus of light earth. So we're moving from the density of earth back into light earth, or new life, on the true meaning of Atlantis rising. So slowly breathe in as you feel yourself streaming at the highest level of pure white crystalline grid within the body and in your energy field. You breathe in the white light and allow it and know it that it fuses with your body and energy field. Then invite from the very deepest core of the earth to low the alpha omega black white golden antenna to rise all the way through the root, through the spinal cord or central nervous system, and blow into the open all the way through your crowning glory, and allow the black, white, golden energies of first cause of creation to replenish your grid, as the alpha omega antenna is the most potent antenna you can align to in the present day for evolution. And then we allow and invite the deepest evolutionary tracks, teams of light, special teams to assist us with this meditational healing, the clearing of all the fears we may have in our system, and the highest level of unworthiness. So at this point, as you breathe through the black, white, golden energies and you bathe in them, you write down, let's say, approximately about 10 fears you hold in your system, such as fear of losing a relationship, fear of letting go of the old ways of consuming food, fears of getting sick. Remember, disease is only connected to the malfunctioning of Earth and does not exist in light Earth. Social phobias, fears of animals, dogs, spiders, fear of losing a job, fear of not making it in this life, and so on. So that is very different for everybody and very important to connect to. Because once we connect and allow and recognize our own fears, there is no more holding us back. And then let's go back. Or you can put on a pause on this recording while you write that down, as it's very important, because the incoming code, the eternal black spin, is actually connected to the black universe that carries so many units of energies that are codes. And this strong special activational code has the capacity to blow out any stuck pattern in the brain, and also as it is connected to the black omnipotent universe in which we live right now and bringing the end to the dark ages, it can open up clear vision with the highest level of intelligence possible. So the 4 arrows on this design represent the 4 corners, or what many also know as the equinoxes and solstices. And so, as this world is changing all its axis position on the ground floor on Earth and in the universe, in the galaxies, very, very quickly, we will see vast changes in our bodily functions. So this next era is geared into healing and clearing with mathematical codes. When aligned to any of the 12 first creational ways, and in this case it's the black omnipotent way, which carries huge communication and intelligence, then it's important to get to know the consciousness within it and what it can do for you. And so the golden eternal spiral around the round crystalline sphere will start to spin actually faster and faster and faster with your intentions to clear your fears. So as you relax deeper and deeper, just allowing the Alpha Omega antenna in your white crystalline grid to really be installed, and be assured that your team of light, that is the modern day wording for guidance actually, there is a team on each way of creation working day and night with us, because the divine is on the ground. There is no more or nothing to wait for. So let's start out and pull your focus, your intention on the pituitary gland. And now I invite and allow the complete elimination, evaporation of any and all fear I may hold from losing my health. This is just an example, but you can fill in your own particular fear, okay? And now you breathe in the design as you focus on the design, and you breathe it in with your intention in the pituitary gland. And then you can say a command and allow complete evaporation, elimination of my deepest fear concerning, and fill it in. Breathe in, have it spin, and as you breathe out, that eternal beautiful spin will spin all the way through the central nervous system, through the spinal column, all the way through the root back into earth, in which it will release that particular fear. So that can go very, very fast. So repeat again. I allow my eternal spin to release my fear to lose my job, for example. Fill in your own. Breathe in the design, black, white, gold, and let us just, with your out breath, spin the fear out of the pituitary gland. Let it move just out of your spinal column, through the root, back into center earth, where it will release all these essences. And with your next breath in, you bring that spin back into the pituitary. Command and invite release this or that particular essence of fear in your system, and command it out. With your out breath, it moves to the spine, all through the body, out, just where the Alpha Omega essence is situated in center earth, okay? Breathe in once again. Get your eternal spin into the pituitary, and now allow, invite, and command to release all subconscious, deep subconscious, and unknown fears in the pituitary gland. Breathe in. While you hold your breath, you allow the eternal spin to take your fears with the design, and you breathe out as it moves to the spinal column, and you just release it. The earth transmutes it for you. Breathe in once again, and the design pops up into the pituitary. I allow and invite all deep conscious, subconscious, and unknown fears to be released from my pituitary gland and central nervous system. And you hold your breath. As you breathe out, it starts spinning faster and faster all the way through the spinal column, and blow your fears out and give it back into center earth with the Alpha Omega station. And now slowly move all the way into your hypothalamus gland, and here you do exactly the same. I allow and invite my fears that anything will ever happen to me, or a disease, or a sickness, or to my family members, to be released instantly. As you command, the eternal spin will start circulating, 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 while absorbing your fears in the hypothalamus. And as you breathe out, it will just flow to the central nervous system, back into center Earth. Once again, I breathe in the internal spin. I believe a low and a wide, all subconscious and deep subconscious fears. Fears of losing family members, losing any particular friendship, job, getting a disease, whatever it is. Place your intention instead of my words. Allow the eternal spin to just circle, circle, circle while you hold your breath. And as you breathe out, feel the release coming through. Blow it out. Just tell the universe you don't want it anymore. So the hypothalamic is a very, very emotional gland that holds on all the waters in the body. And the human body is almost 90% of water, right? So there's a lot of emotions you can release through the hypothalamus gland and the pituitary gland. So now let's move all the way up in the thalamus gland. And we do the same. I allow and invite complete release of all my fears concerning the animal kingdom, the food industries, and all the subconscious unknown fears right now in this moment. You breathe in, you feel the internal spinning and spinning and spinning, actually absorbing your fears in the thalamus gland, and you just blow it out with your out breath as it moves through the spinal column, taking all those fears that are embedded in the central nervous system with it, and you feel relaxed and at peace as you just, breathe out your fears. Letting go of anything needs some work. It needs a command in your body and an allowance and an invitation for the universal sources and forces to work with you. Otherwise, all those fears, all the emotions will keep on cycling and recycling in your body. So it's best to release them all at once and allow the special occasion to do so. So don't be limited here with releasing fears. We will now allow the release of any levels of unworthiness you may hold from growing up in a low-level consciousness, or if anyone kept you in unworthiness, did not respect you, neglected your neurological output, and did not even put any high level of humility and equality into you, then we have to deal with, we should deal actually with levels of disrespect which come down to unworthiness. So here we go back all the way into the pituitary gland, because the pituitary holds many, many unknown levels of unworthiness that stream along survival issues and fears, of course. So here you may, if you do know your levels of unworthiness, I suggest that you write them down as you did with your fears. Maybe start with 5 and work upon them for a few days. So here I allow, invite, and command the highest level of unworthiness I still carry from my childhood within, from my parents, from teachers, from a family member, whatever pops up. I allow and invite and command it to move out of my biological system right now. You breathe in the eternal spin. It starts spinning, spinning, spinning. While you hold your breath, it can spin in many, many directions depending on your essence. As you breathe out, it will spin the unworthiness all the way to the spinal column, all the way back into center earth. Breathe in again. I allow the eternal spin to spin out any subconscious levels and deep subconscious levels of unworthiness, hidden levels, unworthiness that are attached to my fear and survival eventually. I allow them all to be released right now, and you breathe in as you hold your breath. The eternal spin and all these arrows will start to detect these levels of unworthiness, and these arrows connected to the 4 cornerstones of creation actually pick them out, start spinning, start infusing them in your black crystal ball, and the eternal spiral, which is connected to you as an eternal being, will keep on spinning more and more and more, absorbing anything that doesn't serve your essence any longer. And as you breathe out, it moves all the way to the spinal column, up into center earth. Breathe in once again. I allow and invite the eternal spin to release any levels of unworthiness from my childhood, my teenager years, adulthood. It doesn't matter. And bring crystal clarity in the pituitary and thus the entire brain span actually. And breathe out. Breathe in again. I allow, I invite and command my eternal spin to blow out any levels of unworthiness and survival issues I still carry within my essence. No matter what they are, I command 100% respect in every level of my life. And breathe out. And let's move a little bit to the hypothalamus gland, and we do exactly the same. I allow and invite the complete release of the deepest severe levels of unworthiness and survival issues that go hand in hand to be released right now from any deep level of subconsciousness. And even in my awareness, breathe in, breathe that spin, that beautiful spin as it starts absorbing through its arrows all the way into the black crystal ball that transmutes energies very quickly along the eternal spiral, and breathe the design out as it flows through the spinal column all the way back into center earth. Once again, in the hypothalamic that holds all the deepest and severest levels of emotions in your body, that holds all the murky waters and can cause many malfunctioning in your cellular construction as a disconnection connected to the emotional body. Breathe in the eternal spin. I allow and command a continual effort of releasing with each breath any level of unworthiness and survival I may hold from birth on, and blow it out. I'm just suggesting that you can be as creative as you want with this eternal spiral. You can literally command a whole list of releasing patterns from your fears, unworthiness, survival issues, but also other issues. So don't limit yourself. Eternity and the black omnipotent universe is truly unlimited potential. So you can go on and on with the spin. We will finalize this to release, for example, any stuck patterns of the triangles that are fear, unworthiness, and survival right away in the entire limbic system. And here I see in my own brain a triangle with the 3 words on it. All levels unworthiness, all levels fears, all levels survival. And then my eternal spin starts spinning around that triangle in the limbic system in your brain, and starts absorbing and absorbing and absorbing, and as you breathe out, it does the same. It just spirals and spins through your spinal column back into center earth, and releases all these high-level obstructions. I have noticed many people can even lose a lot of weight while working with this particular code. So let's do that again. It is just another variable of working with the black, omnipotent, highest intelligent universe that allows us to bring in more options, more variables, more designs. So this is just a suggestion. You may as well just spin the code to the limbic system and command it to release particular fears, unworthiness, and survival issues, or just in general. It will also work. So here I have that suggestion with a triangle where I put the words, all fears, all unworthiness, all survival on, which makes it easier for me to release and quicker. Because the universe loves detail. The more detail you explain what you want out of your system, the more detail the universe will work with you, and also your guidance. Because your guidance will not work without your permission on a certain detail, right? Okay, let's do it again. Breathe in the eternal spin all around my triangle with the 3 words on it. Just breathe in and just have the intention. You don't even have to know where the pituitary is, or your pineal, or your hypothalamic, or the limbic system, because your body knows all these things. You may, of course, just look it up on the Google machine and have an idea of where it is in the body and your brain. But the more you apply this design to release these levels, the more you will feel deeper and deeper. Release and relieve. Release and relieve. So, release and relieve. Breathe in once again. And just allow that beautiful spin to move into the limbic system. I command and allow my deepest level fears for this or that to be released instantly, right now, while it spins and spins and spins. And with your outward, you allow it to move to the spinal column and get to release in your central nervous system as well. So how beautiful can it get, right? You just clear out the glands and nervous system all at once. So you can work on this with this code as long as you wish, as long as you are required, and will see the quickening of results moving through. Because in order to prepare for the huge shift, we can now quickly delete and transform our consciousness to match the life we truly want. It just takes a bit of work, just as we have done through these 30 minutes of release, right? So you may apply this spin whenever you want, when being in a shop, when being in your car, on the job, whenever somebody moves in and you have a discussion or anything going on, you can move that eternal spin between you and the energy field of somebody else, and it will delete anything that doesn't align with your purity. So that's another variable. So there is no end in which you can work with this eternal spin, because the standard with the black huge universe is getting the job done. That's its standard, getting the job done, and move on with the flow and go process that is actually the force that will move through all the old energies which are actually cracking up anyways, right? But we need to move with them and clear ourselves with them. Otherwise, we cannot keep up with this, what is transpiring actually on the earth plane. So here, another thing you could do is cutting out the cords that bring your soul down, because the black way truly pushes all old mental debris out and brings out solid communication from self to self. So a good thing with this black eternal spin is that it brings fluid motivation to move on with your life, and you may even see future aspects of yourself moving in. So that is all coming through while you allow it to move. And now, just to end up this beautiful meditation, know that flowing with this particular design, your body will surely pick up new life shifts and feel energy rising and realizing that just anything is possible. So just to remember this black spin, you may put the words flow and go on it, and just let the design spin in your brain. I am one with the flow when I go. I am flow and go. And I spin with my eternal design. I am flow and go. And that will do the same. It will blow out any old mental debris you may hold in your brain. So that is easy to capture. If you just walk through the streets when you're in a mall or something, in your car, just tell yourself, I'm one with the flow and go, and I allow my eternal spin to just continually release old mental, psychological debris. So you can extend this meditation for another half hour, or you can do it 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes, whenever you feel the need. And you will see that even after a day you will have results. So imagine the results after 1 week. That is how fast a code can heal, eliminate, and reset your biology into a happier and healthy life. Thank you. Thank you so much for being with me and allowing the eternal spin with the flow and go to just continuously delete and eliminate the old ways of self. I am CHAKRA G, and I'm designing continual light codes from all universes to be of service for the turnaround from earth into the light realms of what we term light earth and its evolution, flowing synchrone with the evolution of your essence. Enjoy the meditation. Thank you.